Hey guys, Mission Quest Halloween campaign is upon us. The schedule for the first series brings back core stage. Since this is a rerun, the HP pool on this stage is rather low for the current meta. The boss only has 350 million HP. That being said, the fight can be tricky because of the restrictions. The mission requires you to bring 3 dagger characters. On top of this, the boss absorbs all elements except only for ice and earth, which it is weak to. However, the boss is also immune to all imperial debuffs. This would restrict the number of characters that you can bring for the fight. What I have here is the usual strategy that I like to use, which is a blitz strategy. This is going to be a 3-turn run that ignores all mechanics, and it ignores all mechanics because you essentially kill the boss before it even reaches 30% force gauge. It is very possible to enter force time before the boss hits 30% force gauge, but it is extremely tight. I've sort of finished the first character's turn, which was Lilisette. I'll cover more onto Lilisette soon, but while I'm on Ram's turn, this is pretty key. What you want to do is start off with Ram's BT plus, and you get to squeeze all these additional actions in because everyone in my party has the U2 crystal passive. It is mandatory for this strategy at least. And here you then want to use swap turns to bring Astos friend support turn back. The number of actions taken is really quite precise. I don't even use the call abilities on Ram because there is no room. Don't try to fit in a call ability on her, just leave it. And the action here is also on the turn where the boss regenerate their brave, and so Ram's full up attack that breaks them nicely charges your summon meter to full, allowing you to pop summon. Summon mode is key because it allows you to charge your force gauge meter with Ignis. But the reason why I use swap turns on Astos and not Ignis is you want to give Astos a turn so that he can use LD. If you look at Astos overhead before and after the LD, the value is essentially double. On top of this, Ram using swap turns on Astos actually buffs Astos with a max brave up generate buff as well, which helps tremendously on Astos' damage output. Finally, coming to Ignis' turn, what you want to do is use a mix of his S1 and S2. Inside summon mode, you actually want to use quick recipe a bit more. However, you do need to time your skill users and use all of Ignis' regroup. Regroup actually charges your force gauge more than quick recipe, but the problem is that you only have 6 users of regroup. I use 3 quick recipes inside summon mode, and then I use all 6 regroups. This brings me to 100% force gauge. While Ignis is charging up, going back to the first character, in this case I used Lilisette. The first character is really optional. Lilisette would be ideal because her LD lands a debuff with HP damage up, so that helps Astos as well. However, that really is overkill. You don't need the debuff, which also means then that any character or any dagger character would work over Lilisette. I would recommend to use a dagger character that is fast and also has access to U2 crystal passive because you want that character to start first. Another good example would be a character like Rock or Zidane, and you don't really need much for that character, so it's sort of like a throwaway character because the boss will die before Astos even leaves the field, so the only use for the character in party slot number 1 is to use the Rain's Call and bring in Astos. Essentially that's it. Once you hit 100% force time with Ignis, immediately go into Lunar Freya Call and then immediately go into force time. If you do this correctly, you should be able to enter force time before the boss hits 30% force gauge. Then on the remaining free turn, go BT plus on Ignis and then go into BT mode. So why Ignis BT mode? Well, the main reason is to charge your force gauge all the way to 99%, and Ignis BT mode is a great way to do it. You can use his S1, S2 and his dish skill, which is his modified brave for HP ability, to get 137% HP damage bonus per use. After that, you can also of course use Ignis's attacks to at least deal some decent damage to the boss. Overall, Ignis himself does about 130 million HP or so in the BT mode, which is about a third of the boss's HP, so that definitely helps. One important note, do not use Ignis LD, because Ignis LD enchants the party with fire and then the boss will absorb everyone's attacks. Don't forget, boss absorbs all elements including fire, except for ice and earth. Use Ignis EX last because his EX is actually his hardest hitting attack, and with the EX you want to target Ram. Coming out of summon mode, have Ram use her echoes, targeting Astos, and Ram's echoes will also bring you nicely to 99% force gauge. If you are worried a little bit about damage, you can always have Ram target herself first with her first echoes and then only target Astos. That way you can feed in one more echoes. However, that would mean that your run will be 4 turns as opposed to 3 turns. As long as your Astos is fully built and properly set up with like 130k overhead, you don't really need the extra echoes from Ram. On Astos' turn, he will have 2 consecutive turns from the Lunar Freya Call as well, so just use double S1 to close out the fight. And it should be way more than enough damage required as long as your friend Astos has a 5/5 ultimate weapon. With that, the fight is over. The boss didn't do a single thing at all. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next Mission Dungeon Quest. Bye!